Soper, Alum, on to Oulton. There is the leader, number 22, Winkelhock in the second BMW. Now, Soper, Oulton, 90 miles an hour. Cleland in front, and Soper is really charging to try and catch the Vauxhall and get past it. Into the avenue, round Cascades, down to Falk. He's going off! He's going off! Straight into the tyre wall. Now, why on earth did that happen? That's not like Steve Soper. Something must have broken, surely. Well, he seems to be all right. He's out of the car. There it is, across the water. And that is Winkelhock going up into Shell. Well, what a development. Winkelhock is now 3.5 seconds ahead of Cleland. There's Allen now in third position. The leader to Fulston's, and then Clay Hill. And here's a replay, looking back at Soper's car from Cleland's. Soper turns in, tries to, goes straight off across the grass into that tyre wall. And Allen takes third position. Now from Steve Soper's point of view. Watch his hands, calm reaction on the wheel, and watch our cameraman as we head straight towards him. Stop! He's a runner. And one very bent BMW. There's a big body shop job there. And the battle for the glory of France continues. Renault, Peugeot, Menu, Flux, O'Brien. Harvey's doing his best to close. Then it's Needell, Neal, Ashley, Kay, Nuttall and Bobby Verdon Rowe. There's Nuttall in the blue and white Vauxhall. Down to Knickerbrook, and O'Brien is passing Flux into sixth position. O'Brien on the left, locking up his wheels, but he's scrambled through. Down to seventh place goes Ian Flux. The two Peugeots still together though, and we're with Harvey, the reigning British champion. BMW last year, Renault this year. Ian Flux in the Peugeot ahead in seventh place. Up to Druids. O'Brien, Flux, Peugeot. Harvey in the Renault. Now to Lodge. Menu is pulling away from the two Peugeots. Eugene O'Brien, it's his first year in touring cars. And Tim Harvey here has been racing for 14 years. He's the champion. End of the lap. Menu, O'Brien, Flux, Harvey and Needell are together. Matthew Neal is behind them. So, round Old Hall Corner at the beginning of the lap. Down to Cascades again, we're in car with Neal. Down to Island Bend, chasing Tiff Needell, who is deputising for Wyn Percy, who crashed the Nissan in testing. Needell is in last year's car. And Matthew Neal is hanging on. Great racing for the places. 5 makes in the first 9 positions. Back again with Neal. Needell ahead. Harvey's ahead of him. Into Shell again. Out of it, and this is the battle for 11th. Kay, Ashley, Nuttall, number 78. Bobby Verdon Rowe in the green and white Toyota. Ashley runs wide. Nuttall goes through. And Bobby Verdon Rowe into Fulston's. They're catching James Kay's Toyota. That's Nuttall. Matthew Neal. And Needell ahead is attacking Harvey for 8th position into Knickerbrook. They turn in. And off goes Needell. Off goes Needell. He spun to a standstill. I think he hit both of them. Well, here's Druids. Alan Menu, 5th position. The two Peugeots behind him. There's O'Brien with the red headlamps. Flux, number 14. Now, here's a replay. Watch Tiff Needell on the left. Harvey goes through. Needell turns in. And Neal hits him at the back. Harvey hits him at the front. And Tiff Needell is very much out of the race. Here he is, touring in. Well, racing in. Rear spoiler hanging off. Matthew Neal's coming in. He got damaged in the BMW. That's rotten luck. He was doing well. That's his race over. And Winkelhock leads at Island Bend. Locks up his wheels. One of Germany's top touring car drivers. Racing in Britain now because the British Touring Car Championship is acknowledged to be the best in the world. And he's now over 4 seconds ahead of Cleland. There's the Vauxhall. Jeff Hallam in 3rd place. This is Keith O'Dore, an excellent 4th place in his Nissan. He's tried so hard in his Primera for very little success so far. And at Druids, Winkelhock has got win number 2 coming up. Cool distance. Verdon Rowe leads Nuttall for 7th. Verdon Rowe in the Toyota and into the tyre wall. Nuttall goes through and he's got a tyre jammed under the front of his car. Verdon Rowe rejoins. And that's Ian Ashley going past him. And there's tyres all over the place. There's one of them. Now we're in car with Tim Harvey, fishing for gears. He just found one. Oh my goodness, he's going off like Soper. But he stops just in time. No points for the champion today. Well, the Renault is very new. They're working very hard getting it right. It looks as though there's still a long way to go for Tim Harvey. And out of the car, he's passed by the BMWs of Alex Portman and Andy Wallace fighting for 11th. And there's James Kay behind them. Druids, Harry Nuttall weaving. He's shaken that tyre out from underneath the car. But Ashley in the white Vauxhalls caught him. And Bobby Verdon Rowe. This is the battle for the privateers after Neil is out. And Ashley and Verdon Rowe both get past Nuttall into Lodge. Change of places. Ian Ashley then leads the privateers race now. Dearly, end of the lap. Fulston's. Winkelhock is making it look very easy, which it most certainly is not. And at Oulton, Verdon Rowe is taking the lead for the Toka Cup. Verdon Rowe, Ashley, Nuttall, first, second and third in their contest, and Menu is off. He was 5th, so that's both the Renaults out. And now the privateers, here they are fighting for 7th. Verdon Rowe's got it. Ashley behind him, that is Nuttall. On to Shell. And Nuttall's attacking, he's diving inside Ian Ashley. Oh, he just nudges the Vauxhall, unintentional. Ian Ashley swerves, rejoins. Nuttall up to 8th, and the race-long fight between the Peugeots is still on. 14, Ian Fluck, 6th position. It'll be Peugeot's best result if they both finish. And there's not long to go now. That's Winkelhock, last lap. It's been a dominating drive by the ever-cheerful and very popular German. He's winning against expectations because people thought BMW's 100-kilogram weight penalty would slow them down on the climbs at Oulton. But if it has, it doesn't show. Here he is, down to Knickerbrook for the last time. Almost home for his 2nd successive win. BMW sounding crisp, looking good. And at Ireland, Flux is going for 5th. Flux on the outside. O'Brien on the inside. O'Brien's got the racing line. Flux has to back off. So O'Brien is going to be 5th and Flux is going to be 6th, provided they don't take each other off in what's left of the lap. Surely they won't do that. Lights ablaze, Winkelhock is almost home. Into Dearly. That's the last corner coming up. And Winkelhock wins at Oulton Park and takes the championship lead from his teammate, Steve Soper. It was an excellent win for Winkelhock and BMW. 6 seconds ahead of the Vauxhalls, and a good day for Nissan and Peugeot too. But what happened to Steve Soper?
The inner steering arm, which bolts to the steering rack, broke. Yeah, I was a complete passenger and was wondering what was happening at the time, but in 20 years it's the first mechanical failure I've ever had, so I don't think that's a bad record. Let's just hope it doesn't happen again.
A day of mixed emotions at Oulton Park, but here are 4 satisfied men, including Ian Ashley, second from the right, who'd taken over the lead in the Toka Cup for privateers. And of course Winkelhock, whose 2nd successive win meant that he now headed Steve Soper in the championship, but only 2 points in it, and the Vauxhall men, Cleland and Allam, weren't too far distant in 3rd and 4th.